Ramirez family is still in existence. This is Jose Ramirez V right now. And this was built in 1900 by Jose Ramirez I. Extremely expensive wood in those days. It's highly flamed maple. Now, when crash in the stock market in the United States affected the entire world, Spain was heavily invested in America, in the American stock market, so they lost a lot too. Well, builders could no longer afford the expensive wood, so they went to this cheap garbage wood that was used for fuel called cypress, and discovered they loved it. It gave this wonderful gypsy sound, and it's been used ever since. This is made by his son, Jose Ramirez II. And it is cypress. Probably has a three-piece back because he didn't have a piece wide enough. So he spliced. And whatever, it was probably very inexpensive because the neck is fur, which was rarely used. It has a wonderful flamenco sound. I don't have a tap plate on this. It's been restored, and so I won't be hitting it. Well, if I do, I'll do with the pad of my finger, but it won't be coming down hard. Give you an idea of one of the different sounds in flamenco. One thing that gives flamenco its sound right away is this half step. Always that half step, and right away you think Spain. You can hear that. And it's called the Phrygian mode, which doesn't have to do with much. Except that instead of a regular scale, so you automatically get that. Sometimes some people call it eerie. I think loving flamenco, it's incredibly beautiful. But you have that feel, and this is a piece called Cigarrillas, where it's alternating measures of 6/8, 3/4, and you hear that 3/4 to 6/8, 3/4 to 6/8. It isn't one of the very fancy ones. It's a very stoic, dignified dance, and so there isn't any showing off of the guitar, but it'll give you an idea of the feel of that sound. Jump to a far more modern instrument, much smaller. It's little. The standard length on a guitar now is, the standard is 650 millimeters from bridge to nut, and on those varied because there was no standardization until Ramirez came in, and he took, if you have a piece of wood this wide, that's how wide the guitar was. He set down the laws that are still followed today as far as standardizing and construction. But generally, the longer string length, the more power. Well, standard is 650. I have one that's, this one that's Jose Ramirez III, and it is 660, which is kind of a monster by today's standards. This is 630. It's much shorter. It's the loudest guitar I have. It is a very different construction. It's American. This is Indian rosewood, which is very, very beautiful. And the top is cedar, and the second top is spruce underneath. In between is a honeycomb of Nomex, which is a synthetic material actually that NASA developed as fireproofing, but it has incredible acoustical qualities. So between the two tops is sandwiched the synthetic material and honeycomb, And instead of a traditional bracing underneath, it looks like actually 5 fingers coming out like this on a traditional guitar. It's like lattice work under your porch. And you end up with an extremely powerful instrument for, you wouldn't guess it, for its size. This is a piece written by Francisco Tarraga called Recuerdos de la Alhambra.